Hello everyone, the name is Dark and we are playing Ark Mobile today. Today we will be doing a walkthrough on how to beat the Cubozoa Multis, otherwise known as the Jellyfish Boss, in the dungeons. Let's go! So before we go into the boss room, let's just take a look at the gear that I have on right now and let's swap it all out for the higher durability gear that hasn't been weakened yet through the rest of the dungeon. And I'm also going to equip these flippers, and I have already eaten, so I should be good in that regards. If not, I can always buy the feast buff from the Amber store. So without further ado, let's go in. Here we go. Alright, let's swim to the top first. We can kind of get a view on him. With this boss, you want to shoot him with a compound bow or a crossbow. I'll be using a compound bow, just because I'm on a PvX server and it's easy enough to gather the resources. But a crossbow works fine too if you have enough damage on it. The main thing here is really just shooting at it and preferably hitting it, unlike what I'm doing right now. Oh, there we go, finally got a hit. But essentially you just want to keep shooting at it, hit it, and then swim to the other side without swimming through it or right next to it. If it does shock you, it will potentially knock you out, it will stun you. It's not good to let it hit you, so you want to try to avoid that the best possible. I've noticed in the Ark Discord that many players seem to think that this is a very difficult boss. If you know how to defeat it, it's really not that difficult. I honestly think it's the easiest personally, just because you swim around and you keep shooting at it. The health isn't too high. The main part of this boss that's tougher for I think for most is the fact that it splits. So once we kill this one, it'll split into two. Each of those will split into two more, and then each of those will split into two more as well, I believe. And I don't think there's another level after that. If you do have trouble though with when it splits up after you kill the bigger ones, just focus one at a time. So instead of shooting this one and then killing the next two at the same time and then killing the next four, just focus one at a time. Kill this one, then kill one of the two that shows up, and then when that second one breaks into two, focus on one of those, and always just shoot the smaller jellyfish. If you can always shoot the smaller one, you can essentially kill them before the bigger ones break up. You'll be able to limit how many jellyfish are actually out here at the same time. Otherwise, if you just want to shoot into the pile as they break off into multiple jellyfish, that works too, as long as you can swim away and follow the same process. And it looks like it has broken up into two now, so I'll kind of show you what I mean. I'm going to try to focus my fire on this one and kill this one, and then the two ones that break off from it before I shoot the other one. I may get a little crowded, but I'll see if I can try to show you what I'm talking about. And I'm just going to swim to the other corner, and now let's start shooting. And if you look at the health, it looks like I'm hitting the other one now. I'm no longer hitting the one I was before. That's just because it got in front. So I'll try to reposition. Regardless, as long as I kill one of these and focus on the two smaller ones before I focus again on the bigger one, I should be fine. But I also do have some pretty good movement speed in my character, and I have the flippers on, so I can swim pretty quickly. So even if there's a whole bunch at once, I can just shoot into the pile and be fine. But hopefully you can kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about when I do this. And it looks like I am getting low on my food, so I'm going to quickly just purchase the feast from the Amber store. I just got to be quick with it because I don't want to get hit while I am purchasing it. And there we go. And oh shoot, I got hit. Now when you get hit by this jellyfish, by this boss, you can actually eat in the process of being hit. I don't know if that's a glitch or a bug, or if that's supposed to be that way. But if you ever get hit, just instantly take some stimulants. You're already underwater, so you don't have to worry about getting dehydrated. But again, you can eat when you get hit, so just use the stimulants and you should be good. And I've actually seen on the Ark Discord that some players will even use their sword or pike on this boss, and just every time they get hit, they use the med brews and the stimulants and manage to make it work that way. But I imagine you probably need some pretty good armor for that, which I don't have. I have essentially cheap armor. It's decent, but it's not crazy good. But it is another option you could try if you have an abundant amount of resources you're willing to potentially waste on getting through the dungeon, then getting to the boss, and then trying out that sword method. Now we are getting to about 5 minutes into this boss. As you can see, it's pretty simple for the most part. You just swim back and forth. Try your best not to get hit. If you get hit, use the stimulants, and every chance you get, shoot at them. Eventually they will pile up if you just shoot in the direction. If you focus on one specific branch of the jellyfish as it breaks off, you can kill the little ones first and then go the bigger ones after the little ones are dead. That's probably the safest approach. But what I'm doing is just shooting into the bunch because it's really just the quickest approach. And right now I'm just trying to get it done. Now, the other bosses can be easier if you go in with a party, with a group of players. That can be easier to beat. But this one specifically, in my opinion, it's easier solo because it's got low health. It only takes 1 to 2 shots once it gets into the smallest form. And when they start to pile up, it starts to become quick and easy to kill them off, just like you saw there. One shot gets them. And really the only difficult part of this specific boss is the food. But if you get the feast, that's not a problem at all because it'll never go down. It's unlimited for 6 hours, I think, essentially. So you won't ever have to worry about it. Then towards the end here, sometimes they're a little hard to hit, and I thought that one was going to die, but it still had a split in it. Good thing I didn't get hit. And we are just going to keep launching arrows into their general direction. As you can see, they're getting into their smaller and smaller forms, and they get a little faster as they go along here. As they get smaller, they tend to get faster and a little more sporadic, so just make sure to remember that as you're swimming away from them, because you'll realize that they're a lot more difficult to predict how close they're getting, and sometimes they get super close and you won't even realize it. And the one nice thing about this boss is that there are no actual separate minions like the other bosses. The spider boss, you gotta worry about the webs from the minions, and the gorilla boss, you gotta worry about those little monkeys knocking you out with throwing the torpidity increasing poop or mud or whatever it is. But this one's really just repetitive and simple. So we're just going to keep going and keep launching these arrows. Sometimes it gets tough to hit. There's one. And there's another. And take that. Oh, I thought I was going to kill that one, and it is still there. Good thing it didn't hit me. Let's keep going. He's going to split. That one's dead. And there's another one. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And take that, and take that, and that, and hiya. And I think most of these now are at 1 or maybe 2 hits left on 1 or 2 of them. Let's see what happens. Let's fire 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Boom, boom, and done. Oh yeah. Well, there you have it. That is how you beat the Cubozoa Multis, or the Jellyfish Boss. If you like what you see, please hit that like button, and if you'd like to see future content, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. The name is Dark, and I will see you next time.